Welcome to another beautiful day in Caesarea Maritima, at the seashore of Israel. I'm just 30 minutes or 40 minutes by car from Tel Aviv, and Haifa, let's say, is another half an hour to the north. As you can see, right now I'm the only tourist here, which is a little bit sad. Not a little bit, it's a lot. There is a rumor that at the end of this month, September, tourists will arrive to Israel. Yes, until they will arrive, I won't believe it. This is the history of the city. There's so many things to see here, so many events happens here. But let's talk about the beginning. A small village with a small port, because there's no water source here, and it's called Straton's Tower. And later on, King Herod built the city here because he found water solution, like he built the aqueducts. And it started from 22 BC until 10 BC, and that's the festival started. Later on, the Romans that control Israel decided that that is the best Roman city to stay and to rule Israel from, and that's what they did. And in that case, Pontius Pilate, as I believe, was here as well. St. Paul, for the Christian of us, was arrested here for 2 years, and from here he went to Rome because he was a Roman citizen, to be judged there, and that was the end of it. Another important thing that started here is the first Jewish revolts against the Romans, mainly because it was so difficult for the Jews to live here under control of the Romans. And look at that, the pagans majority massacred 20,000 of the city Jews. That is really, really bad. Later on, we had the second revolt. It's called Bar Kokhba revolt, but it might be more interesting for you, well known for you by Caesar Adrian, who controlled Israel at that time, and Rabbi Akiva, one of the most important rabbi, and other leaders of the Jews, tortured and died here in Caesarea. At the beginning, Christianity wasn't a legal religion. Then they tortured a lot of them, and Origen is one of the most important fathers of Christianity. He wrote so many books about he translated the Bible as well to 5 different languages, and then the Christians became the Romans converted themselves into Christianity, and had some problems with the Samaritans, and then the Persians conquered, the Islamic conquered, the Byzantine came back and built the city again and again. Arabs destroyed the city, and then the Crusader came, and then the Arabs, and then the Crusaders came again. And think about the French King Louis IX, mainly because he built the walls that we're going to see later on. And then the Muslims came. You got the message. Let's see the model of the city. And by that, I want you to understand that what you're going to see is only a small part of it. That's the harbor that King Herod built, and we will talk about it, but we are right here. Actually, we are right there. You can see the theater in front of you, and then some other places like the palace of King Herod, that Pontius Pilate and the other governments of the Romans use it. The amphitheater and the hippodrome, the horse race area, some rich villas, and another part that covered with walls, and that was used to be part of the Roman city. But the walls are actually, most of them are Crusader walls, mainly because the Crusader didn't need that big part. What they wanted is the connection to the sea. Then the first wall that you see is the Roman wall, but the Byzantine city was much bigger than that. See, the second walls belongs to the Byzantine. Then in that case, everything that you see here, or most of it, we didn't excavate yet. There's so many things to see and visit. Then, are we ready? Yes, we are. Before we will reach those marble statues, let me tell you that you will have more information about Caesarea at the description, and at the description of that video you will find ways to talk to me, to connect me via Facebook, via Instagram. One thing that you must know from the beginning: King Herod, that built that city, never used marble. It was too expensive and he had to import it. There's no marble in Israel. Usually when I actually look at that, as a child, I imagined how big was the statue. But now we found it just like that. It's actually a symbol of a certain doctor, and I think you know exactly what kind of a doctor. Another important statue is about the god of wine, Dionysus. And why it's so important? Because the theater patron is Dionysus. You can see the grapes right here. Pure marble. And at the time of the Romans, the marble that you actually see wasn't white. They used to color it. But although there's so many beautiful marble statues here, the one that I like is that. Such a small one, but it looked like the Good Shepherd. Is that one of the first Christians statues in Caesarea? It might be, or maybe it's just, the Good Shepherd. Let's go through the Roman theater. Oh, what I wanted to, yeah. It's gonna be hot today. Very hot. It's around 30 degrees. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. The sun is in our eyes. Can you see the lizard? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it. I hope that you can see it too. Then, we are now entering to the theater. That theater was built by King Herod. Remember the Romans wall that we saw at the model? Here it is. That was the end of the city at the Roman time. Immediately, here you can see that 1/3 of the theater is gone. Then the theater that you will see was bigger than that one. Let's enter through the volatorium. What? It sounds like we are, yes, it is. Think about what's happening at the end of the show. Everyone goes together and it looks exactly like, yes, Look at the ancient mosaic. And da-da-da-da, we are the only one here in that theater, and you can hear me out of tune, but I don't mind because no one can see me now, except you, of course. Around 4,000 seats were here. A theater is very important because of so many reasons. First of all, it's a symbol to, I'm a Roman city. Then this is the first theater ever because that city was the first Roman city in Israel, built by King Herod himself. That was at the time of Augustus. And Augustus knew that if we will give the people bread and entertainment, they will be happy. And now they will be able to do whatever they want. That was his motto. And King Herod lived in his time. King Herod almost died in his time because at 31 BC, Augustus had a huge fight between another Roman ruler, Antonius. And you know Antonius because Cleopatra was his wife, and King Herod was for them. And he lost. And King Herod knew that this might be his last hours on earth as a ruler and as a person. Then he decided to do something, and I'm not sure that everyone will be able to do that. He went to Rome and asked for his forgiveness. And Augustus knew immediately, oh, that crazy man is worth a lot. Let me use him just like he will use me. And he gave him even a bigger part to rule in Israel. And one of the first things that he did, he built himself, he built for him a city by the name Caesarea, by his name. And he named the port of the city Sebastos by the name of Augustus. And he built a temple for Augustus and the goddess Rome. Then in that case, he knew what he's doing. Smart people. We love to hate Herod. We know that Herod tried to kill the innocent children, but he was a genius. He built so many things. He built a Jewish temple. He built Herodion. He built Masada. He built so many places in Jordan of today, in Cyprus, that he knew what to do. Then, a little bit about the theater. Most of the things that you see here is modern. Mainly because they turned later on, when they the rulers destroy the temple, they use it as a fortress. And the only original seats are at the first row, and we will actually go and visit it soon. Another thing that you can see here is a beautiful marble floor, and you know already that the marble is not so well known at the time of King Herod, and it wasn't. The Romans who controlled the city later on covered it with marble, and then they could use their orchestra, that's the name of that area, as part of the show. They can float it with water and a marine bottles, like the 301 bottle can be shown here. Amazing, isn't it? Such a beautiful place. And they have the best acoustic point at a stage. And suddenly, there's no one there to do something. I want them to sing for you, but no one will sing a bit for us because I'm the only one. Let me walk down to the orchestra and I will sing you a song. No, I won't. Today, as you can see, we are using it as a theater, mainly for music. We do have a huge battle in Israel between the Sephardic Jews music and the Ashkenaz one. Sephardic music is of Jews who came from Arabic country, mainly from Arabic countries, and it sounds like, the Americans tells me that it sounds like Arabic country music, and the Ashkenaz one, the rest of the Jews, they have very beautiful songs. The Sephardics got amazing songs. They're controlling now the pop music of Israel, but it's difficult to understand the lyrics. It's like someone went to the computer and asked the computer to find some words for their song. one of them who sings like that is, at least he used to be, the most important singer of Israel, and that is Shlomo Artzi. Maybe I might add the link for Shlomo Artzi YouTube channel, then you will hear what I'm talking about. I love Shlomo Artzi. But you know what? He is a little bit, his lyrics is a little bit strange for me. Remember, the most important part of that theater is the sits in the front. And what you can see here are the original sits. I believe that King Herod and maybe later on Pontius Pilate used those sits. Oh, the crown says yes, he did. Another important thing that you must know is that a theater is not only a theater, it's mainly a temple. That's why when the Romans convert themselves into Christianity, the theater wasn't the best place for them. Look how beautiful it is. And you can hear me singing. And I'm not good with it. The Scanophones was here, which is the backstage. Although if you will turn down that black curtain, you will be able to see the sea. At the time of the Romans, they built here Scanophones because of the acoustic. Oh, beautiful. It is. Let me see if we can walk down to the lower part of the stage to see where the artists were. It's usually closed, but now it's not usually time. Alright, you can see here the list of the songs of someone. Let me see. Maybe there's a list here. I don't know what it is, but it sounds like I don't know. I took a video of the list of the songs, and I will try to look for it later on. Can you feel the tension of the artist now? The crowd is already there, shouting, waiting for them to enter. Modern life, modern life. I thought I will be able to go out from the other side, but no. Or at least let me see if now it's closed. Then we will have to go all the way. Are you ready? Yes. Think about your best singer. And he is now climbing with you to the stage. And you can hear the audience that waited so long for it. You can hear clapping and shouting, yay! Yay! Yes, I'm strange, I know. But that's happened because for the last 1.5 years, I'm not working. There are no tourists. I saw 2 ladies. Looks like one of them is another tour guide. Maybe she's doing the same thing as I'm doing. Or maybe she is just guiding someone. You know what? Let's hope that's what actually happened to her. Now let's talk about the stunts. It's gray, it's sandstone. Boring, but it wasn't like that. When King Herod built it, he covered it with plaster. Then you can see the plaster around you, all over, and then he painted on it. that nothing was grey, my friends. Nothing was grey. That's the main artist. Oh no, sorry. The government and exit that side. Then maybe Pontius Pilate or King Herod used it as well. וברכה. את מורת דרך. רואים מיד. ואת?
אני אימא שלה.
אוקיי, רואים מיד, ממש נפלא. נעים מאוד צחי. She was a tour guide, and next to her, it was her mother. Backstage, still part of the theater, and what's that? It looks like another theater. We don't know. Maybe it was a temple. Maybe it was a temple that connected to the theater, which was a temple, or maybe the VIP here at some parties with wine and good food. Choose whatever you want. In that archaeological park, you will see so many things from the Skinophones. What is the Skinophones? Let me show it to you. If that is the theater that you saw, this is the Skinner, which is the stage and the backstage. It was covered against the sun. Beautiful, isn't it? And that is the black curtain that you see there. Without it, you could see the sea, which is beautiful, but you will hear the waves, and the acoustic will be so-so. A lot of the Skinophones are made with marble, which tells us that it's not from the time of King Herod.